Hello, it's April 19th edition of New Things Day. New Things Day means I got new things, and April 19th edition means everybody's going to be high tomorrow. Books, comic books, some vinyl, some cereal, and perhaps a little book game. I don't know if I'm going to try to play the book game with the newer books I bought. We'll see. But first, normally I don't show any like the bigger things or the hard to maneuver things I got. But this just came in the mail this week. I got my new hiking backpack, and it is monstrous. It is seriously one of the biggest bags I've ever seen in my life. It's 50 liters, so it's a pretty monstrous bag. Hopefully, I will go on a tune-up hike with it this week sometime. I'm hoping to get out tomorrow if possible. I have a big hike coming up in June, so got to get prepared. Got to get my boots broken in, and got to get that bag made sure that it will last. Which means I'm probably just going to be piling a bunch of shit in it, so it's the weight of all my other stuff that I will have in it. We'll see how that goes. I guess back to normal. We'll start with new comics. Separated Marvel, DC, Young Animal, Indies, Archie. I think. If fair organized that way, all the credit in the world to me because I have the best memory in the world. And by best memory, I mean mediocre memory because I did it like 2 hours ago when I left the shop. First up, Thunderbolts number 12, and I love this cover with Zemo on it. This is a Secret Empire tie-in. I'm the only person left on that book in my shop. Everybody else bailed on it, so once again, I'm the only guy on a book in my shop. No surprise. There's many of those. Silk number 19, another one of those that I'm the only one on in my entire shop. No matter how much I try to talk people into this and tell them how good this is, this Silk book is great, and I'm excited for 19. I'm excited we made it to 19, and I'm excited for however long it's going to go. Cut to me mad next week because I didn't know it was canceled. That's usually how it happens. Royals number 2. Still early in the series. Don't have a true opinion on it yet. Al Ewing's writing, though, in issue 1 was adequate. Sounds like I'm putting it down, but that's not what I want to do. I actually enjoyed it. So we'll see how that goes. Punisher, number 11. Some sharks on the cover. I've been enjoying that Punisher book. Deadpool number 29, Till Death Do Us Part 6. Well, Till Death Do Us, Part 6. Haven't been reading the Deadpool Spider-Man parts of that book, so I can still understand what's happening, but there's a whole half of the story that don't really get. Green Lanterns number 21. And I feel like this cover should have been for last week, maybe, because this kind of reminds me of the trash, the truck that they were crushed into in the last issue by Polaris, Dr. Polaris. But cracking this open, the art in this thing looks gorgeous. There's some serious things going on in this that just look amazing. Just take a peek at that. That is gorgeous. And I actually liked the other cover a little better. They both showed Simon and Jessica prominently on the covers, but this one, with them trying to hold it up, it gave me more of a feeling of what the book is to me, and that's these two holding up and dealing with all their own problems and being superheroes. So that's what this is to me, is them dealing with the crushing problems that they have with themselves. Super Sons number 3. This is the Win cover, I believe. And it's an amazing cover. I've been enjoying this Super Sons book. Excited for that. Superwoman number 9. This one I almost didn't get. I almost didn't pick this up. If Miss Marvel would have been a new arc, I would have dropped this and went with Miss Marvel. She has really appealed to me since seeing her in Champions and reading her in the last Inhumans, Inhumans vs. X-Men. She's evolved as a character, in my opinion, and that's to me. I didn't read her before, so I can't say she evolved as a character herself. But to me, she's evolved in my head to become not just what I thought she was, and maybe that's on me for thinking that way. But I'm gonna give this book till 10. I hope this book blows me away. If it blows me away 9 and 10, I'm going to stay on it. But if not, the $3.99 price is not doing it for me. This book was a no-brainer at $2.99, and that extra dollar, it does something to me mentally. That's the same with this book, Trinity number 8. I'm going to give it till 10, and we'll see what happens. I did enjoy the last issue a lot. The last arc, actually. The last 2-part arc I enjoyed a lot. This is Superman Reborn Aftermath, so I'm going to enjoy this as well, I guess. But we'll see how 9 and 10 go. We'll go from there. This book, I almost got both covers for this book because both of the covers were gorgeous. This is Cave Carson has a Cybernetic Guy number 7, and that cover is amazing, the hack cover. The other cover is fantastic as well, which had Superman carrying Cave Carson while flying. I love this cover, though. And I like that book a lot. I'm a big fan of that book. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 14. These covers also are always great, and the book is fantastic. My issue is, if anybody else got this book, is yours cut weird? Because as you can see, that's the paper. My cover, the cover's like cut weird, and you can see the page. I don't understand. All of the ones that my shop got were like that. I'm just wondering if anybody else got the same thing. Curse Words, number 4. Enjoying the hell out of this book. I really, really enjoy this book. It's a lot different than anything out right now. And Charles Soule is doing great stuff in that. This is Josie and the Pussycats, and it's number 6, and it's the Ben Caldwell cover, which I fucking adore. I love that cover. Might be my favorite Josie cover so far. I adore this cover. Next and last for the new books this week is Archie number 19. This is the Greg Smallwood cover, and I love this cover too. I mean, wow. Wow. Got Jug eating a burger, Betty's putting in work, Veronica's kind of just taking selfies, Archie's probably going to pop that balloon, and this is kind of reminiscent of Riverdale last week with the party situation. There wasn't a whole lot of balloon tying, but oh my god, do I love Archie. You should be reading all the Archie books. And for a back issue, which I realize now, and not this book, but I was looking through my back issues in my bin, and there's some things that I don't know if I have or not. I need to check at home before I buy my back issues. I know I don't have this, but I need to do that so I don't double up on all these books. My back issue of the week is Dazzler, number 2. I've always been a Dazzler fan. I really liked when she came back, kind of with that punk look, with the short hair, kind of the mohawkish thing. And she was just angry and bitter, just a badass. I like that Dazzler a lot. I like this Dazzler as well, but that Dazzler had an edge to her. I thought she had meat that could have been investigated more, but I don't know what happened to her. I don't know if she popped up in any of the new X books. I read Gold. I read some of Blue. And I read none of Weapon X. I think that's all of them. I don't know. Next up, these are some books. Let me get a drink first. Oh, something else I picked up. Some Polar Seltzer because it's delicious. They don't sell it around here, and I went to Ocean City for the long Easter weekend, and they have it there. Actually, we'll do cereal next. Lumped into that story, segue from Ocean City. When I go to another place, Ocean City, be it, or even somewhere in state, if I go to somewhere on vacation or I travel somewhere, I'm either looking for new cereals of new boxes that I haven't seen, new cereals, or I'll go with a store brand of a store that's not around here. There's no Food Lions around here, so I picked up a box of Fruity Fossils, and I imagine that is the Food Lion himself. He looks very different in the candid shot as opposed to the silhouette. But that's him. That is Mr. The Food Lion. First name Food, last name Lion, if you didn't know. And they're just Fruity Pebbles. I feel like it's hard to mess up a Fruity Pebble. That's just me. But that's him. And then I picked up, now, it might be a box redesign or something's going on. It doesn't say new anywhere on it, but I don't ever recall eating a post Raisin Bran. The Raisin Bran we're all familiar with. Okay, I can't say we're all. The Raisin Bran that I'm familiar with, that I've always seen, the Raisin Bran, the one with the sun, the one with the 2 scoops, is a Kellogg's Raisin Bran. Now, a post Raisin Bran, I've never seen this box before, and it has the Sun-Maid raisins in it, which is a kind of a selling point, I guess. And it's an adequate, good Raisin Bran. It might be mental, but the raisins do taste a bit better, a bit fresher than a Kellogg's Raisin Bran. But I'm a huge Raisin Bran fan, and this was a no-brainer to pick up. I actually really do enjoy this box art, too. It's very simple, yet they had that green cloth underneath it for a little pop of color. I'm a fan of this art. I'm a fan of this box. I'm glad I picked it up. By the way, I didn't eat all that yet. When I opened the bag, it ripped on the side, so I just took it out of the box, and it's being dealt with. When I saw that, then I was looking around, and I did see the new on this box, and I had to grab it. And this is the aforementioned Kellogg's Raisin Bran, but this is Raisin Bran Crunch Apple Strawberry. So it's Kellogg's Raisin Bran Apple Strawberry Crunch. Wrong. Kellogg's Apple Strawberry Raisin Bran Crunch is what it is. So it's okay. The apple strawberry combination, I feel like we could have went for 2 different cereals with it. I feel like we could have had a Raisin Bran, an apple Raisin Bran Crunch, and a strawberry Raisin Bran Crunch. Putting it together muddies it up a bit. To me, some people might like that, but to me, it's a little much. You take one bite and you taste some apple. You take another bite, strawberry. Sometimes you get both. Sometimes you get none. But you got apple, strawberry, raisin, all that flavor in there with the crunch, which is usually a granola type. It's just, it's good. It's good, but I don't think I would be out to get another box of this quickly. Okay, cereal's done. So, these are some books I got at the Salvation Army, and truthfully, can't remember if I showed these on here. I don't think I did, which is why I'm kind of hesitant to play the game with them, because if I did show them and I play the game, people don't care initially, and then if they're seeing them again, they're really not going to care. But I don't think I did. I really don't think I did. So I got Terry Brooks' Legends of Shannara: The Measure of Magic. This is the second book in the Legends of Shannara series. The first one is the Black Druid Staff, or Bearers of the Black Staff. Huge Terry Brooks fan, huge Shannara fan, and I know this is later. I guess I will play the game. I'm going to say this is 2009. I'm going to say this is 2009. I think it's later. It's way later. I think it's 2011, which isn't that way later, but this was actually, by the way, cover price of $7.99, which, although with all these Del Rey fantasy books, it's usually standard $7.99 across the board. 2011, although this is the 2012 Del Rey Mass Market Edition, but for 2011, high five. That was really loud in my ear. Next up, this is Susan Zacotti's Under His Very Windows. This is a book about the Vatican and the Holocaust in Italy and their response to it, and just an interesting piece of history that was explored greatly, though many people don't know about. This has a cover price of $16.95 US, $11.99 UK. 2007 on this thing. I was off. 2002. This is a 2002  was book. Next up is William Gibson's Idoru. He was the author of Virtual Light. I know seemingly nothing about this because the back does not have an explanation. It's a picture of him. The inside flap doesn't have an explanation because it's not a hardback. I don't even know a cover price. I don't even know what cover price is because it's nowhere on here. Oh boy, I have no idea. I'm going to say 2001 on Idoru. I truly don't have even a fathom. and it's 96. 96. If you know anything about this book, let me know. It just looked interesting to me, and they were 4 for $1, so I needed to snag another book. This one got lumped in with it. Next up is The Essential Canon of Classical Music by David Duvall. Cover price of $20 on here. Just basically a encyclopedia type book of different types of classical music, different composers, different eras of it, different instruments used. Cover price $20. 1998. 98. It's harder to do these than the other ones because the other ones I have a basis of where I could set them. These ones could honestly have come out in a 30-year period. And this is 2001, so I wasn't too far off of that one. Proud of that one. Next up is Beethoven or Bust. This is a practical guide to understanding and listening to great music by David Hurwitz. Cover price unknown. But just, I've been trying to get more into classical music recently and not get into it as, like, try to like it because there is a bit of classical that I do enjoy. I want to listen to it educatedly. I don't like the way that sounded at all. I want to listen to it in a more educated way. I want to listen to it in a deeper way rather than just have it on and be background noise. I want to get invested. I want to get involved. And that's what these last 2 books were a part of. It was just luck that I found them. No idea what the cover price was. It was printed in the USA. 1999. We're going to party like it, and then we're going to get the hell out. This was published 92. 92 Beethoven or Bust. Way off on that. Okay, these books are all flipped around now because I did the small one first. Next is a dictionary of Shakespeare. It's an Oxford paperback reference. Cover price of $13.95. It's literally like a cross-reference of all of his plays, all of his characters, all of his types, like phrases, quotes, things like that. In a very compact place, though. Cover price $13.95. I have no idea. 1994. This is fucking hard. It's 98. 98 was that. This is probably the worst version of this game ever. This is Double Victory. It's a multicultural history of America in World War II by Ronald Takaki. Ronald Takaki. He was author of A Different Mirror. Cover price is covered up by a giant sticker, so I have no idea. But I figured just another one of those nice, bits of history that we don't see a lot. It's not the mainstream bits of history we see, and it'll be interesting to see this. Read this. I have no idea. 2002. 2000 for Double Victory. Next is Jeff Lindsay's Dearly Devoted Dexter, which I believe is the second book in the Dexter series. Darkly Dreaming Dexter was the first one. I'm looking because I thought I had it here, and it's not on that shelf, so it's who knows where. But I like the first one, even though it went the show went from it quite a bit. There were a few things that were different, but it went with it quite a bit. Cover price on this is $12.95. I have no idea when these came out. I don't remember when the first one came out. I don't remember when the show was even on. I mean, I watched it multiple times, even the last season. But Dearly Devoted Dexter, 2006. To be the second one, 2006? I don't think so, because I think there was a bunch of these out. I was actually close. 2005, but this is the first Vintage Crime Black Lizard edition, 2006. Bam! Nailed it. Next is another Terry Brooks book. Different size hardback, though. I actually like this size. I'm a fan of books this size. This is Terry Brooks' High Druid of Shannara, Strachan. Cover price of $13.95, and I would pay the extra bit for this size as opposed to the other paperback size. I'm not looking for the year right now. I want to see what series, how many is in this series. The High Druid of Shannara. This is, I don't know, maybe the 5th book, because the rest of them aren't in here. Like there's 4 listed under it, and it's not listed with them. I don't know. I really don't know. 2001, High Druid of Shannara Straken. 2005, but this is the 2006 trade paperback edition. I told you I had a bunch of stuff. I even powered through the books and the comics, and we're still here. Next up is In the Devil's Snare. It's the Salem witchcraft crisis of 1692, which, if you didn't know, is 200 years after Columbus sailed the ocean blue. Idiot. This has a cover price of no clue. Published by Knopf, Knopf, Knopf. I don't know the cover price. David McCullough said it's utterly fascinating. This is by Mary Beth Norton. And if I were to guess, I would say 2004 for In the Devil's Snare. I think it's earlier, though. Yeah, 2002. Not doing bad. I'm not doing bad. 2 left, vinyl, and then I'll go. This is Silent Film and the Triumph of the American Myth by Paula Marantz Cohen. Cover price is unknown. Oxford University Press. Study of silent films, study of old American silent films. Looks like a quicker read. I just saw there were some markings in here that are in pencil, which I'm glad, and I'm going to have to take care of those. Nope, there's one that's in pen. But it'll be interesting to read it. Another thing, like the classical music, that I've been trying to appreciate more fully by getting behind it, understanding it more, getting more involved. And that's silent film. Excited about that. I didn't guess the year on this, did I? 1997. I honestly, no clue. 2001. Okay, and then those are the books I got a while ago. This one I got at the same place I got these vinyl. This is Terry Brooks again, though hardback. This is Angel Fire East. This is part of his Lost. What's the name of the series? Is That's not Paradise Lost. I'm an idiot. It's The Magic Kingdom of Landover. Nothing lost about it. This is the... No, it's not The Magic Kingdom of Landover, I don't think. Because I read one of them and I don't remember what's happening. Night of the Word might be the name of it. I don't know. Yes, Night of the Word is the series. Wrong. I don't know. I have Running with the Demon, which I read. This is cover price of $25.95, by the way. I read Running with the Demon. This is the third. Night of the Word is the second book, which I mistakenly thought this was the second. I was going to buy it regardless, but I thought it was the second. But it's not. $22.95 cover price. I think that's what I said. $25.95 cover price. So Slight Deckle Edge. First Deckle in the stack. I don't know when this came out. 2009. Feels a little late. But that's what I'm going with. And it is way late. I did not know this came out earlier than those. This is 1999. I did not know these came out. I thought this series was a later incantation. I didn't think it happened that. It's not early for Terry Brooks, but it's earlier than I anticipated. Next, some vinyl, and then I'll get out of your hair. The place had some really interesting combinations of vinyl. They had some old singles, some old 12-inch hip-hop singles, which were in some really rough shape. I was going to buy a couple Salt and Pepper ones. There was a few other Def Jam singles there, but they were all in awful shape. Looks like they've been scratched on forever. This Goodwill, the Goodwill where I got these, I think was 30 miles or so outside of Philly. So just to give you an idea of where I was. And just a much broader range of things than I see in my Goodwills, which I absolutely love. First up is Mantronix, the album. And Mantronix are a classic hip-hop duo that consists of, or all the songs are produced and mixed by Mantronic and MCT. And it's just standard black vinyl. All these are standard black vinyl. I don't need to pull any of these out because it's obvious what they are. This came out in 1985, very early earlier for a hip hop / rap album. Next up, I got, and then all these were kind of together, and I was pretty excited about it. Somebody had an Andrew Lloyd Webber vinyl collection, I guess, and they just threw them all at Goodwill. So I'm glad to take them. And they're all in phenomenal condition. First up is Requiem, Andrew Lloyd Webber's Unique New York, Andrew Lloyd Webber's Requiem. If I just slow down, it wouldn't be an issue. But if I slow down, these videos become 45 minutes. People don't make it 25. 45 is just not asking. I can't make it through that long. Asking way too much. But this is Requiem. And haven't given this a listen yet. I'm not familiar with Requiem at all. I don't know what it even is, if I'm being honest. But Andrew Lloyd Webber's name was on it. Had to snag it up. And I do feel it was scary for me to admit that I don't know what Requiem is. Now, I do know what this is. And this might be what I'm most excited about, because there are some good songs on here. By the amazing Patti LuPone, the fantastic Mandy Patinkin. Yes, and if you heard me say those names, and you heard me say Andrew Lloyd Webber, if I say lyrics by Tim Rice, then you'll probably know that it is Evita. And I'm really excited to have this on vinyl. This is probably getting played when I go out of this video. I don't like the way that sentence was at all either. Moving on. It is a gatefold, and now you can see Patti LuPone, Mandy Patinkin, and Bob Gunton. 2 LP, and they're both in gorgeous shape. I was very lucky to find these Andrew Lloyd Webbers in such good shape. And then lastly, both the same thing. I don't know if the one is the original cast or not. It doesn't seem that way, so I'm actually pretty excited. It is Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. I guess I could take the shitty... and this is the original cast recording. The original Broadway cast recording. Again, Lloyd Webber, Tim Rice. And then this is the gorgeous cover art. And this one is a cantata. It's a, where does it say it? It is a cantata with full orchestra and pop choir. And it actually comes with the lyrics page, which I'm pretty excited about. It's not the actual sleeve is not in good condition at all, but I couldn't pass up that. That is just a stunning sleeve art. And again, Lloyd Webber, couldn't pass it up. That's it. I'm going to get out of your hair now, which means put this on top because, that's always the most important one. So I didn't go through any of the older books. By the way, there are 1, 2, 3 new boxes of books in this room. That has happened. So the book game will remain played until those are gone. But by the time that happens, I will have more books. It actually got to the point where I had to box some of my books up to put them in the storage room because I ran out of room in here. That's a real issue that I have in my real life. So, thank you for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. I truly do. Love yourselves. Love each other. And, of course, I have to say, read Archie. Please. All the Archie. Archie, Jughead, Josie, Reggie and Me. 1 issue left, but go back and pick it up. Read the one-shots. Read everything. Because it's fantastic. read Archie. Thank you. Well, now that you watched that Panic, read Archie. And legitimately, if you made it a half hour, thank you.